All right, we're going to go over the Unit 1 review number 2. What I did is I actually put the problems up in the same order, just made them a little bit bigger. So if you notice 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, starting with the first part of this, we are going to multiply. You know that because there's a dot between the two. Please multiply the big numbers out front. 10 times 2 is going to be 20. But then we take inventory of the letters. So I have 5 V's, I have 4 V's, gives me 9 V's. Check your work. Add them. Okay. Now moving on to number 2. Again, watch out for zero exponents. The only thing to the zero exponent is k. Anything to the zero exponent becomes a 1. So 6 times 6 times 1 is 36. Taking inventory, I only have 1k left. Notice this is not k to the first. This whole black block is being replaced with the number 1. If you would put a 1 here, that would be okay as well, but you don't need to. Number 3, we're starting division. How do I know it's division? Because I have a fraction bar. It's my suggestion, because you're not going to have a lot of these problems, that you write them out, even if you have to get scrap paper to do so. So when I do this, I have a 3, I have a B, I have 3 A's, I have a 3, an A, and I have 3 B's. Notice how I'm trying to line them up so that I can easily cancel them without having to go on an angle. 3 cancels, B cancels, A cancels. Now, think of fractions like a 2-story house. What do I have on the second floor still? 2 A's. What do I have in the bottom? 2 B's.
Does it have to be in order? Like the letters on top?
They don't have to be in order, but you don't want to repeat them. If you give me an answer that has A's up top and A's in the bottom, you didn't simplify far enough. You're going to lose points. So make sure you are canceling common letters.
I thought it was a 1.
You can put a 1 there if you want to. Right? Now, in number 4, same thing. Fraction bar, 2, 3, 2 M's, 3 N's, 2 M's, 2 N's. Only the M's and the N's cancel. Now, I notice walking around, some of you are not paying attention to that top floor, bottom floor. Who do I have in the top floor still? 2N. Who do I have in the bottom? Just the 3. Questions on that? Do you feel confident with multiplication? Yes. All right, so now, the next thing we learned was called the power-to-power rule. Okay? I'm going to do this 2 different ways. I'm going to use black, which is the long way, and then I'm going to use red, which is the shortcut that some of you are at. So if we start with the long way, how many parenthesis groups do I have? 2. So I should see 5 x cubed y squared, 5 x cubed y squared. Is there anyone that does not do it in that method? Number 5?
You were just on number 8, right? No.
I'm going down to number 8. I did 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, yes. All right, I'm going to show you the other way there in a second. Okay, so as you can see, I took the parenthesis group, I wrote it twice. Now it's just like the multiplication. You guys with me? Thank you. Multiply out any big numbers, 25. Take inventory of the x's. I have 3 here, I have 3 here is a total of 6. Take inventory of the y's, 2 and 2 gives me 4. Now, the other method, not to confuse you, if you don't use this method, don't pay attention right now. But you have to be careful because 5 is to the first power. So 1 times 2 is 5 squared. X to the 6th, multiplying 2 times 3. Y to the 4th, which is the same thing as what I have right here. Alex? Yes. All right, number 6. Same thing. Most of you are using the method where you write the parentheses numerous times. I like that method. I think it's the safest to get the right answer. I need 4 of them. Again, multiply the big numbers out front. 3, 3, 3, 3 is going to give me 81. Y to the 4th. If you use the other method, 3 to the 4th, y to the 4th. You don't need to write down this other alternate method if you don't use it. Please don't confuse yourself. Now, in 7 and 8, we're back to division, but in 8, we've got division with the grouping symbols, with the multiplication or the parentheses. So if I look here at 7, I've got 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 V's. In the bottom, I have a 4 and a U. How many V's do I have? 0. So it's the same thing as a 1. So if I wanted to, I could replace it with a 1. Does anything cancel? No. So my final answer is, my marker is dying, 3 V to the 4th over 4U. There should be no V's written in the bottom. Amy, you writing these down? All right, number 8, next one. Here's what we need to recognize in number 8. Kyron, you with me? You didn't know how to do these? Anything to the 0 power is always what? 1. So the entire denominator becomes a 1. And up top, I have x to the 5th, y to the 5th. So nothing can be simplified. The entire bottom becomes a 1. Questions on that? Number 8. You probably have 5 x's written, 5 y's, but anything to the 0 power is 1. So that whole quantity became a 1.
At first it was dumb.
Yeah.
I put 4 Y's, and then I realized that there was a 0.
Yes. No, we don't want to do that. The 0 means there's none of those groups. Think of it that way. There are none of these groups. Questions? Those of you with your head down, do not ask me questions on the test tomorrow. Mariah, can you see? Or do you need to move to the other side? You're okay?
But then I can't see this.
All right, here we go. Number 9. Again, we're back to division. Draw our fraction bar. Negative. All right, -3, m, n, -3, 3 n's. 1 n cancels, the -3 cancels. What does that leave me with on the second floor? M, and in the bottom? 2 n's known as n squared.
It's me.
Okay. What does it mean when there's a negative in front?
It's a 1.
It's a 1. So I should see here 10. I should see 1, 2, 3, 4 U's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 B's. 1 U. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cancel, 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 cancel. Who's upstairs? A 10 and how many U's?
3.
How many B's?
2.
1. What's in the bottom? -1. Okay. We also could write this just as -10 U to the 3rd V. You don't have to, but you can. Now, 11 has negative exponents. Take a look. This is the only one that's weird, that's different from what we've done before. Negative exponents. What that means is as soon as you see a negative exponent, you have to go through and decide who moves and who stays. So this is what I mean. Does the 6 stay or go?
Stay.
How about the A?
Yeah.
How about the B?
Stay.
So I'm going to write it out right from the beginning. 2 B's up top. In the bottom, -4, the big number. Stay or go? Stays.
Big
A,
number stay.
Stay.
Right.
B,
Stay.
3 B's. How about -2?
Stay.
Stays. A to the -1
Go.
goes up top. So A to the 1st goes up there. What about B squared? Stays. So my first thought here is get everybody where they belong in the fraction house. And now let's see who can cancel. A's cancel. B's cancel. B's cancel. Now I've got a whole bunch of numbers. Right? What does 6 break down into? 6 is the same thing as what? 2 and 3. So I'm going to replace this with a 3 and a 2. Can I cancel anything now?
Yeah.
What?
The two.
The 2's cancel. Can I break anything down here? No. So who do I have on the top floor?
3A.
3A. And in the bottom?
Negative
4.
-4B to the
4.
Third.
3rd.
3. Count. Questions? Are we feeling a little more confident? Starting to see how the connections are. That's the important part. All right, now take a look at number 12. Do I have any negative exponents? Do I have any
No.
negative exponents? No, right? These are all positive exponents. So all I need to do is break it down and cancel. 5x y, -4x, 1, 2, 3 y's, 3x, and 3 more y's. Who breaks down?
Good.
Y.
2 Y.
2 y's are gone.
The X's.
X's. Nothing else, right?
Yeah.
So up top, who do I still have in the top?
5.
In the bottom, I have -12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 y's and an x. Done. Are we clicking? Is it making
Yeah.
sense? Negative exponents. All right, now, I know for a fact when we get to the next set on the test, a lot of you start to feel panicked. What?
Wait, I wasn't done with
Yes. I'll write it on your paper. Over. Circle it. All right. Number 13 would be a bonus problem. It is ridiculously hard. For fun. Are you ready?
No.
All right, let's start on the inside. Let's start in here. Okay? I'm going to move that negative up top with the 2. Do I move anybody up top?
No.
So I've got -2 mn to the 4th over, how many quantities do I need?
What? Oh, no.
5, right? 5. 2m to the 3rd, 2m to the 3rd, 2m to the 3rd. I know, it's a lot of work, miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now, let's start to simplify this. Don't forget, all of this is going to have to go to the -1, but we'll do that last. On the inside, what can I cancel? Any numbers? Have any numbers in here I can cancel?
Oh.
Upstairs, downstairs?
PM.
2.
One of the M's.
1 m is gone, so now what I can do is probably this m is gone. What does this m become right
2.
here? M squared. Okay, so that's gone. What about the n's? Nobody? How about the numbers? The 2's cancel, don't they? This 2 and this 2 can cancel. So here's what I have. Up top, I have -n to the 4th. And in the bottom, I have 2, 4, 6, 8. 4, 8, 16. M to the what power? 3, 2, 3, 4, 12 plus 2,
Plus 2 is 14.
14. All of that is to the -1. Now we talked about power to power rule.
I have a headache. You were thinking this week.
I know. -n to the -4 over 16 to the -1, m to the -14. Notice I multiply power to power. How do I get rid of negative exponents? I just move them. So this is -n to the 4th, 16, m to the 14. Good?
So you just flop the two? Like you flop it top and bottom?
Pretty much, but it's because when I take this times this, I get a -4, which then goes to the bottom.
Oh, right.
But because I did the bottom the same way, they end up flipping. You're correct. 14, definitely study this one. Put a star by it. You should know how to do 14. I see negative exponents and I see quantities. So let's start in the top. 2, stay or go?
Stays.
2, stays. How about A?
Go.
Goes. B. B to the third, stay or go?
Stay.
Stay. Bottom. I don't see any negatives, so how many quantities do I need? 4 of them. A squared, A squared, A squared. I don't see anything that cancels, do you? So up in my second floor, I have 2b to the third. How many a's do I have in the bottom?
6. I mean, no.
8 plus 3 is 11. Final answer. Still feeling good?
Yeah.
I know 13 could have put you off a little, but definitely 14 you should be able to do to understand the quantities. All right, turn the page. Now we're going to go back to something easy. Byron, you ready? Next page. Okay, we spent a lot of time on roots. Here we go. Square root of 49. 49 breaks down into, who gets out? 7. 2 get paired up, but on the outside I only get 7. Notice there's nobody on the inside, so I don't write a root. The answer is just 7. What about 32?
4.6.
Okay, we're getting a 4 root 6. So 32 is 4 times 8.
Yeah.
So I've got 4 times 4 times 2. 4 stays the same. This is 8. Who gets out of jail? 4's. 4 root 2. Now, how many of you broke it down to all 2's? That's fine. So another way you could have done this is you could have done 2, 2, 2. But notice 2 gets out, 2 gets out. I still get 4 on the outside.
Here we go.
All right, now, number 17, what's different here is somebody's already out of jail, so don't forget about them. 24 is 8 times 3. Do you have this broken down on the inside? Who gets out of jail?
The 2.
2, but what do I need to multiply the 2 by? 10 root 6. 10 root 6. How about 50?
15.
5,
root 2.
5 and 2. 15 root 2 is correct. The roots looked really good, even walking around for some of you that haven't done it in a while. That looked really good. What's in front? Bless you. What's in front of number 19 if there's a negative right here? Friends, what's in front of the root if there's a negative? Negative what?
1.
This is negative 1. 12 is 2, 2, and 3. Who gets out of jail?
2. So it's going to be negative 2.
That's correct. What about 20?
Negative 18 root 2.
I'm here negative 18. Let's see, 9,
No, it's negative 18.
8, and 8. Under the root. Who gets out?
3's and the 2's.
3's and the 2's. 6 times 3, negative 18. Root 2. All right, now I went a little quickly because walking around I felt you knew this pretty well. Do you have any questions on 15 to 20?
No.
This is your opportunity to ask. Can I explain again? Anything.
Oh.
Yeah, it's on the test. We haven't had a test yet. Just quizzes.
Oh, so we're having a chapter test.
Yes. Yep, it's on roots and exponents. This is like the, for all the money.
Well, that's like a 90.
Here we go. Next skill we worked on all the way at the beginning was PEMDAS. What do I do first in this problem? And it's not put it in your calculator. Do I have any?
No. Yeah.
No.
Wait.
Do I have any multiplication or division?
Yeah. 8 divided by 2 equals 4.
8 divided by 2 is 4. You don't multiply before you divide. It's whichever comes first. So now I'm here. What do I do next?
4 times 4 equals 16.
Yes.
Do I subtract or add?
Subtract.
16
Whatever comes
minus
first.
3. Whichever
13.
comes first.
And then 23.
23 is the answer.
Come on, forward.
Okay, now, I'm going to do the dance one time just because Joelle enjoys this. Here's the dance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby, yeah.
Alright. Alright.
Baby, yeah.
Is the dance based the day when I was out?
Yeah.
What's that? That's what I'm about to do?
The dance, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do the dance right now so you get to see it one time.
Hey,
So, anytime we have a problem with absolute value, you must focus your attention on the absolute value. Here. And then, You take your absolute value, you break it down to one number, make that number positive, and then you do the PEMDAS. Out, in, positive, PEMDAS. Alright, here we go. Oh Lord have mercy. Alright, so up here, what is 5 minus 3?
3. I meant 2.
Okay, so watch. 5 minus 3 became absolute value of 2. What's the absolute value of 2?
2.
2. Now, this is where some of you start to take math shortcuts. Bring down. 6 minus 2, this is a times 2. Do I multiply or subtract?
Multiply.
Multiply. 6 minus 4 is
2.
2.
I just did,
That's how you do it. That's it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Alex.
What?
Okay. Start here, Dimitri. Work your way down. You get to here. Okay, but you can't do 6 minus 2 first because you have to multiply before you subtract. It's PEMDAS. What? 6. You know you would have gotten 8. If you did 6 minus 2 next?
No, I did 5 minus 3, and then I got 2. And then 6 minus 2 equals 4, and then 4 minus 2.
But there's no minus sign here. It's a times.
What do I say?
In this one, but that was less. All right, now, same concept, but this is the algebra form of it. Instead of just numbers, we're going to give you letters and ask you to substitute. What is y in 23? 2. So I should see this. 2 minus 2 plus 0 minus 2. Did you write that down on your paper?
Yeah.
All I did is substitute through. Now, PEMDAS says start with parentheses. What does the parenthesis come down to?
0.
0. 2 minus 0 minus 2 is? 0. What about 24? Substitute. 3 squared minus 4 times 3. PEMDAS says?
4 times 3.
No.
Negative
Oh,
4
the
times.
exponent.
9 minus 4 times 3?
And then 4 times 3.
It's negative 3.
Negative 3.
Negative 3.
What? It's the exponent first.
Yes, ma'am.
I did the other stuff first. And I still got
Questions? Okay, now, 90% of you left the last 4 problems blank. Please write them down and ask me questions. Here we go. Yes, these are on your test tomorrow. These are on your test tomorrow. Joelle, you ready? Last 4. These are on your test. These are from your test. These are on your test. You can do it. You can do it. Here we go. Take a look up here. 2 formulas. What does A stand for and P?
Area. Perimeter.
Okay.
Length
25.
times width. Length times plus width plus length plus width.
Alex,
She what?
don't be swayed by Damien.
I just did 2. I just put that, and then I did times 4.
Correct.
And then I got 32.
Well, he wants somebody to
All right, we'll wait for Joelle.
I'm glad I already did this.
Good for you.
I got the answers.
I know, but I want you to sit down so there's no distractions. All of you that haven't been paying attention, turn it on. I'm almost done. I will be done in 10 minutes. Are you ready?
Clean the hands and blow your nose, right? Ain't gonna do.
All right. 25 says, find the what? Area. Which formula should I write down to get 1 point?
L times W.
Okay, so if you write this, you will get 1 point on the test. Right there. Write it down. L times W. Now, if it's a square, this isn't a trick, what does L and W?
It's the same number.
They're the same number, so I should see this written down. 2 root 32 times 2 root 32 is area.
128.
Now, I'm not asking you to do this in your head. Take your calculator and put it in. Everybody put it in right now to make sure we know how to put it in and get the correct answer. The answer will come out to a very nice number, yes.
Wait, isn't it 32 and then inside?
It's 2 root 32.
No, I'm saying for the answer.
The answer should not have a root in it, I don't believe.
128. Got it.
Put it in and make sure everybody can get the calculator to tell you 128.
Sure of it.
Put it in. Put it in.
128.
Did you get 128? 128?
How did I get 38.5?
Put your phone away.
Good, you
You're
done.
not writing anything.
I got
So that's what
I got 32.
I
It's
just
a
did all
font.
of it while you were sitting.
I don't know how to put it in. Must have been in different mode.
You're putting in a little 2 on the front. Big 2. You're not changing the index. It's the number 2. Put in 2 square root. All right.
I forget how to put it
Really?
in. Yeah.
Okay, put in the number 2, and then go to square root, second x squared, 32, and then you have to arrow out from underneath.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, but I got 38.
I don't know. Come on, guys. I'm 28.
And you should be in math print, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, you all should be in math print. Math print, math print. All right, now, 26. I'll wait for you because we're losing focus. What's the perimeter formula?
Length
What?
times width.
Perimeter, what does it say?
Length times width times length.
Look what it says. It doesn't say times.
Length plus
Length
width
plus
length plus width.
So I should see this. L plus W plus L plus W. Substitute, what is L?
Length 24. It
Square
equals
root 24.
Plus 3 root 6 plus root 24 plus 3 root 6. Please put that into your calculator. All of it with adding. Watch your parentheses. You should be in math print.
I got it right this time, you know that. I did. I just did it.
I already did it. That square.
It's a rectangle. What'd you
I
get?
got length 4 and then 6 on the inside, and then for the width I got 6 and then 6 on the inside.
But I want to know what the perimeter is.
10 root 6.
10 root 6 is correct. Everybody make sure you can get that out. Look, I'm trying to help you. Please put it in your calculator. Pick it up. Watch your parentheses. Go to your math print. Let's go. What you see is exactly if you write the formula, you plug in what I gave you, you then use the calculator to come up with your answer, which should be 10 root 6. Root 24 plus You got what? The same thing? Can I do the last two and then you go? All right, here we go. Everybody got 10 root 6?
Yeah.
10 root 6. Mariah, you're good? Yeah. Use the formula, plug in the values, go to the calculator. All right, now what about area? What's my formula for area?
Length times width.
Area equals length times width. Now this always kills me. I get it's not roots, but what does it say the length is? What does it say?
What area of the rectangle?
It says 4x squared y times 3x squared y to the negative 2. Don't think about it. Write it. Take what it says and plug and chug. Put it in. Now, do you see negative exponents?
Yeah.
You have to do a little bit of work. Here's what I mean. Does the 4 stay or go?
Stay.
How about x squared?
Stay.
How about y?
Stay.
How about 3?
Stay.
X squared.
Stay.
Y squared.
Go.
Goes. Do I have anybody that I can cancel from upstairs and down?
Yes.
No. Yes.
The y's, right? So this is y times y technically. Cancels. What am I left with? 4 times 3 is 12. How many x's upstairs?
4.
4 x's upstairs
And 1 Y downstairs.
and 1 y downstairs. That's it. You can get easy points just by plugging in here. Even if you're like, I'm not sure what to do next. You can earn partial credit. All right, now 28. Here's my hint for 28. Everybody's got to be in jail. Nobody can be out of jail to figure out the answer. So what does it look like when 10 goes back into jail?
10.
It looks like 3 times 10 times 10, right? And everybody's in jail over here. Break this down over here. What do I get? 3, 2, 5, 2, 5. 3, 5, and X. Who cancels? Who cancels?
That's 20.
2,
25,
5, 2, 5.
3 and a 5.
Bro,
3 and a 5.
is that 3, 25, 25, or is that
3 times 2 times 5 times 2 times 5. Okay, now X has to take on what number? 2 times 2 times 5. How much is that?
2 times 2 times 5 is 20.
20 is equal to X. Done. 20 is equal to X.
Mr. Marble,